Hi YouTube, I'm Aiman, and if you've got an ugly steering wheel like me, or for some reason you want to remove your steering wheel, in this video I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the steering wheel for a 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord. First off, let's start with the airbag. Since the airbag can be activated by current, you should make sure that you disconnect the battery for at least 20 minutes, but since we already disconnected it, we can already get to it. So on the bottom of the steering wheel, you want to turn the steering wheel so you can see it better. On the bottom of the steering wheel, there should be this sort of ridge right here. And there is a notch that you can insert a flathead screwdriver into and pry it out. And then you want to remove the cover. The way I learned how to do it is you have to press against the back and then pull it down. So at this step, it should be a bit easier. So first off is to disconnect these two black pieces right here. And these are really simple. You just press on the buttons right here. I'm not sure if you can see them. 1, 2. And just disconnect them. So easy as that. Now the second one is for the airbag itself, these yellow ones. So we're going to take it out here, just so I can get a better angle. So the way to disconnect these two, it's actually really fairly unique. You have to pull this down. It's sort of like a clamp actually. Pull it down, and then now you're able to disconnect them. So this mechanism's actually pretty cool. On either side of the airbag, there are two star-shaped holes, and they correspond to a star socket. This is a T30. So we're going to take two of them out, one on this side and one on this side. So we want to turn the wheel so that you can get a better look and so you can get a better angle. You're going to want to take a ratchet wrench, a extension, and a T30 socket. You want to insert it. Alright, now I can take it out. It's a bit hard to do with this angle and so that you can see it. If you have something like this, a power tool, we have a cordless impact driver, it's certainly going to make the job easier. So, alright, so now you're going to turn the wheel all the way to the other side, and as you can see, we've already done that. Now you want to do the same exact thing, but on this side with the other screw. So I'm going to make sure it's angled correctly and inserted. So once the screws are out, it's really easy actually. You just take it out. So I'm going to pull it towards me. Okay, let's see. Ooh, so this is what the airbag looks like. Alright, so after that we can take off the steering wheel. So there's only one bolt that's keeping it fixed. So I'm going to take our number 14 socket. I'm going to fix it on. And I took the key out so that it doesn't spin when I try to take it out, because I'm assuming that just like with a tire, when you try to spin it out, it's the steering wheel is just gonna spin with it. So I'm gonna make sure that this is spinning the right way, and I don't think it is. So I'm gonna turn it around. All right. So now we can take it out. I'm gonna hold on to the steering wheel just in case, and I guess now we can just screw it out by hand. It's not that tight actually when you first take it out. Alright, so set aside that bolt. Alright, so next you want to mark it. If you want to put the steering wheel back, you want to mark it to make sure that you put it back in the correct orientation. If you don't put it back in the correct orientation, you might put it straight, but the wheel won't be straight when you try to turn it. Alright, so now I'm guessing we can take off the steering wheel. So I noticed that this one wasn't before, so I guess you can take that out. This is the moment of truth, guys. Or not. So as you saw in the previous clip, the steering wheel was a bit hard to get out. It was actually really stubborn. However, in the end, we did get it out using a Pittsburgh Bull-type wheel puller set. And we actually did a video on it, so go check it out if you have one of those rare cases where the steering wheel is a bit too stubborn to come out. So let's try it. Let me put this down. And presto! Works. Wow. So installation is actually just removing it, but in reverse. So if you look on the steering wheel itself, you can see it has 3 notches. So you actually don't have to make a marker. So this top notch, this top mark actually corresponds to the mark right here. Can you see? Alright. So we're going to align it. So first you want to loop the wires through. And then you might have to angle it, but in order to but in the end you should be able to align the marks. You might have to take it off and then put it back on if you need to realign it, but to me it looks pretty good. Next step is to put the wire back in, and I think this one is just a simple click. So the clip is on the bottom, so it just clicks on. Now these wires go under, so just loop them through. Next step is to put the bolt back in. Now when you're putting the bolt back in, it's advisable to use thread locker on the threads of the bolt so that it stays in place and that the steering wheel is secure. In our case, we're not going to do it since we're going to take the steering wheel off. But when you're putting the steering wheel on, you want to make sure you push down on it to get it as far as in. Then you want to put the bolt in, tighten it as far as you can go with your hands. Alright. Then you can use your ratchet. I got an extender because if you just use the regular socket, it's not going to be long enough reach. So, okay, so it's facing the right direction. Once you've tightened the bolt, the next step is to put the airbag back on. Make sure that you put the wires through this hole right here where the cover is gonna go, so right here. So loop it through. And then you're going to want to put the airbag on. Since we just pried it out of place, you can just push it in and it should lock in place. Now, you might have to angle it a bit, but now you can connect the wires. So make sure that they go in the right place. So the flat prong should go into the flat hole. I'm not sure if it goes further, but then you're going to want to put it in its place. So if I recall correctly, it goes in this spot. And then, okay, so I know the clamp has a special way of removing it, but do you have to use the clamp when you're putting it back in? Okay, it looks like you do. So pull the clamp down, lock it in place, let go of it, and as you can see, it's attached. So we're going to put it back in its place. Well, to be honest, the installation is actually fairly simple. Probably don't need to show it, but last step, actually second last step is put the bolts back on. But you could also put the cover back on. Since we pried it out, it should just lock in place. So, okay. And you might need to rotate the steering wheel if you want to put the bolts in, but just put the bolts in. So I'm not sure we need to show anyone. I'm Aiman, and I just showed you how to remove and replace the steering wheel for a 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord, which this car definitely needs badly because just look at this wheel. It's a bit ugly. If you want to know how to remove the clock spring, I also have a video on that, so go check it out. I'll link it down in the description below. And thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at videos on EYeOnAiman, especially the auto repair videos. And like I said, if you need to look at the clock spring video, please check it out. And I'll see you next time. Signing out. Peace.